Guy Madison, born Robert Ozell Mosley on January 19, 1922, in Kern County, California, grew up during the Great Depression, an era that shaped his humble beginnings. Initially, Madison had no ambition to become an actor. He pursued a career in agriculture after studying animal husbandry at Bakersfield College. However, the course of his life changed during World War II when he enlisted in the U.S. Navy and served as a radio operator in the Pacific. This experience instilled in him traits like discipline and patriotism, which would later inform many of the roles he played. In 1944, during a short leave in Hollywood, Madison was discovered by talent agent Henry Wilson, who saw potential in his striking looks and natural charm. This chance encounter marked the beginning of Madison's Hollywood career. Madison's debut came that same year with a small role in Since You Went Away, where he portrayed a soldier. Though his acting skills were unrefined, his good looks and sincere performance caught the attention of Hollywood executives. He was soon signed by Selznick International Pictures, beginning his path to stardom. Throughout the late 1940s, Madison appeared in several films, including Till the End of Time, 1946, and Honeymoon, 1947, which helped him establish his all-American image. Madison's career gained momentum despite mixed reviews from critics, as audiences appreciated his natural charisma. His breakout role came in the 1950s when he starred in The Adventures of Wild Bill Hickok, a Western television and radio series that would become a cultural touchstone of the era. Wild Bill Hickok and Madison's stardom. In 1951, Guy Madison became a household name as the star of The Adventures of Wild Bill Hickok. The show, which aired until 1958, was a Western that captured the spirit of the frontier, portraying the real-life hero, Wild Bill Hickok, played by Madison. With his iconic cowboy attire and his sidekick Jingles, portrayed by Andy Devine, Madison became a beloved figure, particularly among children. The series was innovative in being one of the first to be broadcast, both on television and radio, allowing Madison's star to rise quickly. His portrayal of Wild Bill Hickok was admired for its blend of stoic heroism and relatable warmth, making him a pop culture icon of the 1950s. Madison's face appeared on lunchboxes, comic books, and even cereal boxes, cementing his place as a cultural figure. While his success on Wild Bill Hickok brought Madison widespread fame, it also highlighted his limitations as an actor. Despite his increasing popularity, his range in film roles was often confined to similar characters. Nevertheless, Madison's ability to captivate audiences with his charm and sincerity earned him a dedicated fan base. Throughout the 1950s, he continued acting in feature films, many of which were westerns, including The Charge at Feather River, 1953. As the popularity of westerns waned, Madison's career transitioned to international markets, particularly in Italy, where he starred in a number of spaghetti westerns and war films during the 1960s. His ability to maintain a vibrant career overseas kept his professional life afloat while the western genre declined in Hollywood. Personal struggles and marriages despite his Hollywood success, Guy Madison's personal life was marked by emotional turmoil. In 1949, Madison married actress Gail Russell, known for her haunting performances in films such as The Uninvited, 1944, An Angel and the Bad Man, 1947. To the public, their union appeared glamorous, but behind the scenes, their marriage was troubled. Russell struggled with anxiety and alcoholism, which put a strain on their relationship. Madison, despite his deep love for her, found it increasingly difficult to cope with the emotional instability of their marriage. Their separation in 1953 and eventual divorce in 1954 marked a painful chapter in Madison's personal life. However, he remained supportive of Russell despite their struggles, and he continued to express compassion for her battles with addiction. Shortly after his divorce from Russell, Madison married actress Sheila Connolly in 1954. The two shared an appreciation for the outdoors and a love of family life, making their relationship seem stable at first. Together, they had 3 daughters. However, the pressures of Hollywood life and Madison's frequent travel began to affect their marriage, leading to their separation in 1960. Their divorce was finalized in 1963, but Madison remained involved in the lives of their daughters. While the dissolution of his marriages marked a challenging period in his life, Madison's devotion to his children remained a constant source of strength for him. He found solace in his role as a father, trying to provide stability for his daughters despite his turbulent relationships. Relationships in Hollywood, hidden truths. While Guy Madison was publicly known as a ladies' man, behind the scenes, his romantic life was far more complicated. In his later years, Madison revealed in posthumously published memoirs the secret relationships he had with several closeted Hollywood actors during the 1940s and 1950s. These relationships were marked by secrecy and a deep understanding of the emotional toll of hiding one's true identity in an era where homosexuality was taboo and could destroy careers. Among the names Madison shared were some of Hollywood's most iconic stars who also struggled with living double lives. One of the most significant relationships Madison described was with silent film star Ramon Navarro, best known for his role in Ben-Hur, 1925. Navarro was known for his spirituality and quiet demeanor, and Madison writes with warmth about their private meetings in Palm Springs, where they sought solace from the harsh demands of their public lives. Another prominent name in Madison's memoirs was Tyrone Power, a swashbuckling matinee idol whose bisexuality was the subject of much speculation. Madison described Power as conflicted, a man whose public persona was at odds with his private desires. Their brief yet intense connection, according to Madison, was filled with mutual understanding and compassion, but it was also shaped by the fear of being exposed. A final bond. Rock Hudson and Madison's most poignant revelation was his relationship with Rock Hudson, one of the most famous Hollywood stars of the 1950s and 1960s. Hudson, whose sexuality remained a closely guarded secret for much of his career, shared a deep and personal bond with Madison. Their time together was brief, often limited to weekends and quiet retreats like Big Bear, but Madison described it as a connection that was both joyous and bittersweet. Hudson's struggle to balance his public image with his private truth mirrored Madison's own experiences, and their moments together were filled with tenderness and understanding. When Hudson's AIDS diagnosis became public in 1985, it marked a turning point in the way the entertainment industry viewed homosexuality, and Madison reflected on their time together with a sense of quiet reverence. Throughout his memoirs, Madison stressed the importance of these relationships, not as scandalous affairs, but as meaningful connections in an era when such love had to be kept in the shadows. He portrayed these men with dignity, revealing not only the emotional struggles they faced, but also the deep bonds they shared despite the constraints of their time. Madison's tone was never sensational, instead focusing on the humanity of the connections he made. These were relationships built on mutual respect and love, even if they had to exist in secret. The legacy of Madison Guy. Madison's legacy as an actor remains firmly rooted in his portrayal of Wild Bill Hickok and his contributions to the golden age of Westerns. However, his personal story sheds light on the challenges faced by many in Hollywood who were forced to live behind a veil of secrecy due to their sexual orientation. Madison's memoir, published after his death, offers a glimpse into the complexities of his life, revealing the struggles and triumphs of a man who lived with integrity and quiet dignity. After retiring from acting in the late 1970s, Madison chose a more peaceful life in Morongo Valley, California, where he built a home that reflected his love for the outdoors and desire for privacy. He spent his final years enjoying hobbies like horseback riding and gardening, living out the quiet life he had always longed for. His health began to decline due to emphysema, a condition worsened by years of smoking, but he remained active as much as possible, receiving visits from friends and admirers. Madison passed away on February 6, 1996, at the age of 74, and was laid to rest in Forest Lawn Cemetery, joining many of Hollywood's other iconic stars. Madison's life and career serve as a reminder of the complexity of the human experience, even within the public eye. His career may have been shaped by the roles he played on screen, but his personal life, filled with both heartache and love, reveals the resilience of a man who navigated Hollywood's tumultuous waters with grace, leaving a legacy that transcends his roles in film and television.